Once upon a time, in the vast and powerful kingdom of Persia, a young woman named Esther found herself in an extraordinary position. She was beautiful, kind, and wise, but she was also Jewish, a secret she kept hidden from everyone, even her husband, King Xerxes. Esther had grown up under the care of her cousin Mordecai in the bustling streets of Susa. She never dreamed of becoming queen, but her life took a surprising turn when King Xerxes chose her to be his queen after a kingdom-wide search. Life in the palace was grand, but lonely for Esther. She missed her simple days with Mordecai, walking through the markets and hearing stories of their people's faith and struggles. Meanwhile, trouble was brewing in the kingdom. Haman, the king's trusted advisor, was a proud and cruel man. He demanded respect from everyone, but Mordecai refused to bow to him. Mordecai's defiance enraged Haman, and he devised a plan not just to punish Mordecai, but to eliminate all the Jews in Persia. With his smooth words, Haman convinced King Xerxes to issue a decree ordering the destruction of the Jewish people. The date was set, and the threat loomed over Esther's people like a dark cloud. Mordecai begged Esther to speak to the king and plead for their lives. But Esther knew the danger. No one, not even the queen, could approach the king without being summoned. If she did, she could be killed unless the king extended his golden scepter to spare her. Fear gripped Esther, but she knew she couldn't stay silent. Mordecai's words echoed in her heart. Perhaps she had become queen for such a time as this. For 3 days, Esther fasted and prayed, asking God for courage. On the 3rd day, she dressed in her finest royal robes and walked toward the king's throne room. The palace, with its towering golden pillars and marble floors, felt enormous and intimidating. As she stepped into the throne room, all eyes turned to her. King Xerxes sat at the far end, his expression unreadable. For a tense moment, Esther held her breath. Then the king extended his golden scepter, sparing her life. Relief washed over her, but she knew her mission wasn't over. Instead of immediately pleading her case, Esther invited the king and Haman to a banquet. At the banquet, she remained calm, waiting for the right moment. She invited them to a second banquet the next day, carefully setting the stage. Haman, full of pride, thought this was a sign of his importance, but Esther had a plan. At the second banquet, Esther finally revealed her request. She told the king that her people were in danger and begged for their lives. She also revealed that she herself was Jewish. The king was furious and demanded to know who was behind the plot. When Esther pointed to Haman, the room erupted in chaos. The king ordered Haman to be executed on the very gallows he had built for Mordecai. With Haman gone, Esther pleaded with the king to save her people. Although the original decree couldn't be undone, the king issued a new one allowing the Jews to defend themselves. When the day of the attack came, the Jewish people triumphed and their lives were spared. Esther's courage saved her people. She risked everything, her position, her safety, and even her life, to do what was right. Her story became a powerful reminder that bravery and faith can overcome even the greatest challenges. To this day, Esther is remembered as a hero, a queen who changed the fate of her people through courage and wisdom.